Hi Cancer, welcome to your May 2023 Life Sector Tarot reading with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So these readings are purely tarot. There's no astrology in these. So watch them for your sun, your moon, or your ascendant, whichever one you feel resonates with you more. Make sure to check out all three so that you're aware of which one that is. And also remember, they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. As you can see there, I burnt myself on the oven some months ago. That was a Mars transit through the third house. So if you're ever wondering what could happen on the harsher end of that scale, there is your proof. All right, so let's have a look, see at what's going on for you over the course of May, my lunar brothers and sisters. So for your, interestingly enough, as I'm filming these, the moon is in Cancer, so that's kind of cool. All right, so for your actions and plans, you've got the Six of Swords, or the Six of Athames in this deck. You have the Four of Cups, or Four of Chalices in this deck, and you have the Three of Wands, right? So when it comes to your actions and plans over the course of May 2023, the first thing that I want to say to you is there are improvements coming in here, but the way that you cement your the results that you're looking for from your plans and from your actions really is through emotional clarity and also snapping yourself out of some kind of funk. Now, because you've got the Three of Wands as a part of this triplet, this really says that whatever you are focused on for your future or you're looking out towards, it's basically saying that you have the luck. And also because you've got this Four of Cups here as well, it's almost like you're not necessarily, like at the moment, you can't see all of the pieces that you're going to need to kind of put into place in order for your results to take place. But it does suggest that you are doing the right soul searching. It looks like there are a lot more of the things that you need are closer at hand, and for a select few of you it looks like you're working on something behind the scenes that you know is going to be great, but it's kind of like, okay, how do I make this happen? The pieces are showing up slowly but surely, so take your time because you have all of the time that you need. I love this. That Six of Swords with the Four of Cups as well. This looks like some of you are getting over some form of an emotional turmoil or some kind of upheaval that's taken place. So better times are ahead, and it looks like you can now actually focus on your own plans, right? Which is great. For your career and communications, you have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so maybe addressing a challenge here with the Six of Wands, which is definitely the right way to go, obviously. And then you have the Eight of Swords. So first thing that we see here, you've got the Six of Wands and you have the Six of Swords. Two sixes represents balance or irritability. Now the second six shows up here in your career and communications. And so what this suggests is your career overall is actually heading in the right direction, providing you can find that emotional balance that I was talking about earlier, or the emotional clarity. You will move towards the balance energy and start to relieve yourself of the irritability, right? Now that Eight of Swords, this does suggest that when it comes to the career overall, you know, whichever way this shows out for you, there is a need to be in something to the long haul. So if you're about to commit yourself to something when it comes to the career, just know that you are going to have to see it through to completion. All right. So for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, if you've had a problem, an issue, a challenge, or a battle with a teacher, a lecturer, maybe even a colleague or a peer, especially for those of you that have maybe been in a process where you've had to prove that somebody else has either taken your work or copied it or whatever the case might be, you come out the victor. So that's great. The Six of Wands with the Eight of Swords, this is stick it out, all right? For those of you that are thinking about leaving a course or letting go of some sort of study, I think if you can dig your heels in now, you will be grateful that you stuck it out. I kind of feel like you may end up regretting it if you walk away. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, same kind of thing. If you've had a problem with a boss, a supervisor, somebody that you work under, this could literally show up now as you kind of, maybe you get a development here. I will also say, for those of you that are going through some kind of, I want to say like remedial action, whether this is a healing journey, whether it is, you know, mending something with a work relationship that's broken down, this actually bodes very well. And even though maybe at the moment you're not necessarily able to see it, maybe the upheaval or the kerfuffle that's happened in the workplace has actually served to make things better, because it's actually strengthened the professional boundaries for you, right? So you don't have to do that. They're already being upheld. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, similar kind of energy, but I really feel that this is like, it looks like a lot of you have taken a break from either your business or some aspect of your business. And by doing so, it's actually enabled you to push on or to do or to be better in the work that you're doing. The thing with that Eight of Swords as well, it's almost like you're maybe kind of telling yourself, well, there's only one way to do this, but that Six of Wands is like, no, the success or the desired outcome is already on its way, providing you can find new ways of being in it for the long haul, which, you know, Cancer builds for long term anyway. So, you know, you guys like that security and comfort, and those things tend to come either with tradition, routine, or over time. All right. So for those of you that are retired and no longer working, this looks like a situation that you have been observing or keeping your eye on from a distance, right? It could be as well for some of you that maybe you have had a reconnection with a family member. It's still a little shaky. It's not, you know, it's not what you would like it to be. Maybe it doesn't go back to what it was. But again, this whole thing about, you know, something has come up, it's happened. Maybe there was not a dissociation, but maybe there was a parting of ways for a short time, but the reconnection is actually stronger and it lasts longer because it's on a more even keel and a more honest keel as well. For your love and relations, you've got the Hierophant card. So in this deck, it's called the High Priest. Isn't that beautiful? Look at him. Gorgeous, right? Which is the structure and the routine of your relationship, and specifically marriage as well. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, look at this, right? The relationship is going from strength to strength, especially with that King of Pentacles. Then you've got the Five of Cups. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this looks like a revenue stream or some kind of financial debacle that has taken place. But on the other side of it, it's actually a good thing. It's, you know, it's not so much that you lost money or whatever, but it's kind of like there is going to be over the course of May a very frank discussion around money, finances, resources, where you're actually at versus where you would like to be, and what can be done about that. Now, what do we see here? The Hierophant is the number 5. Five of Cups is obviously the number 5. 2 5s represents a vigil. So a vigil in the old sense was like where you did like a special observance. Nowadays, it's more about where our consciousness really spends the most time. And so when it comes to relationships, this looks like you're really looking at ways to improve that. And for a select few of you, you know, it's the Hierophant, a marriage card, with the King of Pentacles, which is the eventual outcome that all things seek to do or to be, right? Which is totally tangible for the long term. So for those of you that are partnered, have been long partnered, this could literally be where you're getting engaged, or for a lot of you, maybe you're planning a marriage. So this could be really great. Now, for those of you that are single, I love this, right? If you are single and ready to mingle and you are out there and about and you are ready to do this, a Taurus person, you know, because the King of Pentacles, Taurus male, Taurus Capricorn, an Earth sign male, Taurus Capricorn Virgo. The Hierophant card is Taurus energy, very likely to be a Taurus male, shows up for you here. So I mean, you know, if you're a guy, or, you know, not in a same-sex partnership, or, you know, so inclined, this could be a Taurus woman, right? Or it could be somebody who is a Taurus that identifies however they identify. Either which way, I actually really like this, even with this Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups does fall on the Eight of Swords. So one of the things that this does suggest is there may be a slight disparity between you and this person when it comes to finances. And I got to be honest, it looks like they potentially have more money than you. And I will say this person looks like they may very much want to move slowly. And there's a reason for that. It's not you. It's not it's not me. It's you. It's not all of that. It's literally just that. This person may have lost somebody quite recently, or may have maybe a widow or a widower. So it's very possible that, they just want to take it really, really slowly because they've got some history. At this point, if you're anywhere close to my age, we've all got a few knocks and scrapes and a bit of baggage, right? It's nothing horrendous. It just looks like they've lost somebody that they genuinely care about. So on this side of things, they just want to take things slow. So if it's moving slower than you hoped, don't freak out. There's a reason for it. Finally, for your money and materials, you've got the Seven of Wands. So digging your heels in when it comes to finances with the Five of Wands. So yeah, look, right? And then you've got the High Priestess. There are potentially going to be discussions this month about where the money is going, right? When it comes to finances, money, resources, it looks like there are going to be a lot of questions that are answered, but potentially something is revealed about where your money or your resources are actually going. So there is that conversation. There's a conversation here to be had, especially if you're partnered. This will be a feature of this month. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is a lot of fire, right? And the High Priestess is Cancerian energy. It's your card after all. So what this tells me is there's potentially, I touch wood, I hope I'm wrong. And remember, I'm not a medical professional. This is not medical advice at all, but there is potentially some kind of inflammation that's taking place or potentially water being stored around certain things. Now, this does actually look like it potentially comes from either kind of some activity that you've done. Maybe you haven't done it for a while. So I'll give you an example. The last dance class that I went to, I thought, I'm unfit and I'm a little heavier than I used to be, but I should be all right. I went to it and it took me 3 days to recover. My knees, my ankles, my toes were like, bruv, you ain't in that place anymore. Take it easy. Right? So this could be something like that. Now, finally, when it comes to your home and environment, this is potentially interesting conversations or a get-together of some sort that happens in the family that maybe gets a little bit loud. It looks like for some of you as well, there might be a surprise party being planned, so that could be cool. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.